Hi guys, I am back after a long time. This time with the live COVID tracker. We have used Matplotlib and Seaborn to visualize the data we have scraped from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the official website from Government of India. So basically the way how to scrape the data, I got the idea from Krish Naik. So thanks a lot, Krish, for giving us the idea. And he also showed in his video how we can visualize the data. So I took the data first as same as he did. After that, I continued with my personal approach. So first of all, I have imported all the libraries that we need, like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn. Next thing, I scraped the data from the official website. I have also mentioned here. So it's basically reading from a JSON file for a change. As we can see here, there are all the states starting with 0th to 36th, the 36th or 37th actually. The 37th row has some total number and it's showing it doesn't have any state name, right? So we want to get rid of that. Also this serial number, this also doesn't make much sense, so we got rid of that as well. First, let's check out the data. We have active, positive, cured, death cases, and then there is new active, new positive, new cured, new death, and state code. First of all, I didn't understand what this new and without new, what is that? The main thing is this is the old, means 1 day back this was the count, and after and this new underscore thing is the current count. So this, if you subtract this active from the new active, you will get how much did it increase in single day or just today or yesterday, because today it can't give the data, it reports every 24 hours, so you can get the latest data by yesterday. So we can think like this is day before yesterday up to this day before yesterday, this was the total count, total positive, total cured, total death, and today, I mean yesterday, this was the count. So there is a difference. Next thing, so serial number, we got rid of that one. Next thing, I got rid of the last row because it was not making much sense for the visualization purpose. Next thing, I jumped right into the visualization because that is what I wanted to do with this. There is not much data, just some active positive. I thought like if we can make a trend like from 2020 March or maybe February from then, but the data we got is kind of different. It gives just 2 days of data like that, so we can't actually do that. So basically I just did few of the graphs with active cases, state-wise active cases, state-wise cured cases, like how the states are performing, not performing, I mean the counts. As you can see here, I have used bar plot here from Seaborn. First I have given a pretty much big figure size here, and in the bar plot we have to give x, y, and data. Of course, x is our the number of cases, of course, active here. State wise we want, so we have given state name. Next thing is order. Yes, this is the one I found out very recently. I mean, just when I was doing this data visualization practice, that we can order this. I knew that it is possible, but I just didn't know how to do it. So I figured out there is a way. You can specify the order here. Please excuse the doggies, they go crazy at night. So we can specify the order here. Order will be df. Df is our data frame where we have read this JSON file, and see. So order equal to df dot sort values. So with respect to active cases, we want to sort this data. That's what we did. Dot state name. So order the state names. Order the state names with respect to active cases. Order the state name with respect to active cases. That's what I did. It took a while to understand that logic. And this font scale, basically I'm telling basically too many times. I have to stop that. Okay, so here this level is coming too small. That's why I have used this font scale equal to 5. Now at least it's readable. If you zoom out also, this is not going to increase. That's why you have to tweak it from this font scale. Next thing, X level, Y level, of course we need active cases, states, and this is the title and title layout, of course. Even if we don't use title like title layout, it won't matter much, at least for this one. Next, same thing we did for keyword cases, like this. Similar way, just we changed the X here, which is keyword now, and next we did for death cases. Now let's observe this bar plot closely. So the number of active cases is highest in Maharashtra, second is Karnataka, third is Andhra, fourth is Uttar Pradesh, and fifth is Kerala. So as you can see, it matches with what we heard in news and everything, like Maharashtra has the highest number of COVID cases. That is matching with what we saw in the bar plot. Also I mentioned here as well. Next, for the keyword cases as well, Maharashtra is leading the states. Next is Andhra, then Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, West Bengal, and so on. These are the keyword cases. Then there is death cases. In the similar way we have did that, and here as well Maharashtra is leading all the states in death cases, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Andhra, Uttar Pradesh following them. Okay, the next is this stacked bar plot. This is very cool to see, but it was pretty hard for me to figure out first. I did a simple Google search and I came across this very cool link. I'll just show you guys what I found out. It's a gem, it's a total gem. So this is a Python graph gallery, as you can see. So this is the code I referred to, but I made a few changes. I'll come to that. I'll go back to the home page of this website. This is a graph gallery, so you can click on any of the graphs, how you want to plot a graph, and then there will be some code written for that. Not sure about this one, but for the stacked bar plot I just clicked on the like this one. So this is how it was showing in the home page, and when I clicked on it, there's the final result and there's a code with respect to the visualization. So I took this code, I referred to this code, and I made changes for my use case. It got almost 100% changed, but I still want to show this because I got the idea from here. Otherwise, I don't know how I would have figured that out. So let's get back to my use case again. What I did here again, mentioning the figure size, then this one. I will explain this at last. Bar width is just for the width. We can control, you can give whatever you want. So here, if you give bar, it will give you vertical. So bar plot will be vertical by default. If you want horizontal, you have to use bar H. Okay. Next thing is, I am not using Seaborn or SNS here. This is from Matplotlib. That's a change because I usually use Seaborn, and I will also figure out how to use stacked bar plots in Seaborn. For maybe a next video I'll do that. So for now I'll show what I have done here. For the horizontal bar, I have taken this one. X will be the first variable and Y is positive cases. So for state wise, we want to see positive cases, cured cases, active, death cases. Basically, oh my god, why I'm saying this word too many times. Okay, so here we want to see for every state how is the amount of one thing with respect to another, like what is the proportion of cured cases with respect to active cases, like that we have to do. Okay, so here what I figured out is when we are plotting the one here, first one we are doing as, okay, all are same. So first we are plotting this one, the blue one. As you can see here, this is positive cases are the highest number. Next comes the cured cases, which is green. So positive has more number than cured. Of course, cured is not more than the positive cases, then there will be no positive cases actually if cured is more. Highest is positive, then comes cured, then comes, this is active cases, and there are death cases as well. Death I have kept red. So what I figured out while plotting this is that when I am plotting this one first and this one second, uh, this one means the cured first and then positive cases, it's actually overlapping, and if you plot the smaller number first, the larger number will not be visible. So you have to figure out first what variable has larger value, at least trend wise. What variable has larger value, with respect to that you have to make this order. I'm not sure how they did here, because here it worked pretty much okay. Also there is a bottom which is not there in bar horizontal. That's different, like it's quite different. I also changed the color because I was not able to figure out easily, so I kept it very simple, like horizontal bar, and I figured out that this is the order of their values, like this is the trend. Highest is positive, next is cured, next is active, and the lowest is number of deaths. So that's how I just plotted,
And now I'll tell why I did this one, because I wanted a sorted bar chart again like the other ones. So if we don't do this line, it will be scattered all over the place, and all the states will show by alphabetical order. It will come in alphabetical order, but I didn't want that. I just wanted to see what are the orders here. So here I have sort values with respect to positive cases. That's why Maharashtra is at the top. But if we remove this positive from here, just we keep sort values without giving any parameter, by default it will take state name as a sort value, and in that case you will see the alphabetical the alphabetical order showing the highest number, which is what we don't want. Next thing I did with the new positive, same thing again, just making the column names as new positive, new cured, new active, new death cases, and that's it. And for curiosity, I just plotted the heat map with correlation. As you can see, there are a lot of highly correlated values here, like the positive one, cured one are highly correlated with each other, because yes, if the number of positive cases are more, of course more people have got cured. It's slightly darker shade because I think it's near to 1 but not exactly 1. That's why if both had the same exact value, I think in that case it will show the same shade. But since there is a slight difference in the number, that's why it's the color it's showing a little bit difference. Even if the precision wise it cannot show that difference with respect to the number. That's why I kept the annotation true. Also, positive, new cured, those will be very much correlated because it's just data of 1 day before. Next is the new positive and positive. So this is the increase in single day. This red bit is the increase in single day. So if you don't plot the new positive first, you will definitely not able to see, at least using this code, you will not able to see this red bit or the difference of the new positive and positive. That's why you have to plot the larger number first and then the smaller number. Yeah, that's it. It's a very short analysis, but I think it's a good step to do. I'll try to incorporate more and more analysis in my further data visualization projects. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks a lot. Leave a like if it was helpful for you. Bye for now. We'll see later.